first Oriental women to get this fellowship, and she went to, again to Mexican University to study or to do her PhD. And you can see that she went there in 2028 to 31, and that means in 3 years she completed her PhD and working on the chromosome studies. This is what you see. That's why she has become very expert in chromosome. Then during PhD time, also she had worked with John Innes Institute at Merton in London. That maybe, somehow that must be part of her thesis, or her studies was done in John Innes Institute. So then after that in 1931, she returned back to India. Then she was working as an assistant professor at Maharaja College of Science, Trivandrum. That is 1932 to 34. Then from there, she moved on to this Coimbatore, that as a geneticist at Imperial Sugarcane Institute, Coimbatore, and that she worked there from 1934 to 39. And during this time, she did extensive cytological work on the sugarcane plants, or this different grasses group, and she tried to hybridize, and that's why the outcome was that she has created that sweet sugarcane. Because those days, I mean that before that, our Indian sugarcane saccharum officinale, the species were not sweet as like that of the southeastern, far east countries like Malaysia or Indonesia. Those, with that she hybrid with our local native species and make into sweet sugarcane. And that is what we see today. And based on that, so many sugarcane varieties were produced. So she was one of the pioneers, and for that reason, she is also called as the sugar or sweetener lady of our country in sugarcane. So this is of course here, I have already said, so she did not only on the saccharum species, which we call the sugarcane is a saccharum genus, but she hybridized with intra-specific species. Even with bamboo, she has tried. That means she must be thinking, if we can raise a sugarcane of bamboo size, how good it will be. That means she was so much ahead in her vision or visionary. That is what you see that, you can see that. And she tried with so many other genus apart from saccharum, the grasses group, try to bring out new varieties. That is what you can see that. And again, in 1939, she went to attend the 7th International Congress of Genetics at Edinburgh. And then what happened was that the Second World War broke up. And that's why she could not return to India. And for that reason, she stayed back in Edinburgh from 1939 to 40. Then after that also, she couldn't come to India. So she moved to Norfolk, England to join work at John Innes Horticulture Institute. She joined there as an assistant cytologist, like that she worked there. Then in 1940 to 45, she was an assistant cytologist with C.D. Darlington at John Innes Institute. I think most of these biologists or those who work on life sciences must have read or must have used C.D. Darlington, that book, Chromosome Atlas. That is very famous, and that is one of the, I mean, even today, it is referred. And this, during that time, Janaki Ammal was her, assistant to this C.D. Darlington, and they have produced that. You can see that that was published in 1945, but till today, it is used as a reference book because that is one of the best or the most comprehensive cytology book you ever published. It is, you can see that more than 1 lakh plants chromosomes were recorded in that. And then you see, when she was there, at Royal after, say like 1946, she she joined this horticulture society, Wesley, and that was the first time that is she moved from John Innes Institute to this Royal Horticulture Society, Wesley, that is near London, and that was the first salary paid women. That means even there, before her, there was not a single woman horticulturist working in that, even Royal Horticulture Society there. That means you can see how she was good, how good she was. And those days, you must imagine what the discrimination also may be a lot, not like today. So that is what you can see. But at that time also, she was so good. That's why she was able to get a position in Royal Horticulture Society also. That shows that she must be really good in her subject. So, so she became the first salaried woman. Yeah, then that she worked there in Wesley from 1946 to 51. Then here, she was working on this cytology, and then also this like mutation breeding. So that's why using colchicine and other medication to double the chromosome and trying to work on that. And then during her work there, she was able to produce this Magnolia cobus, and this is very popular today also. That is used as a hybrid plant, and people remember her for her work in that. And then also she has worked a lot during that time, not concentrated with few plants, but she was working on so many plants. That means she must be very hard-working and dedicated lady. Otherwise, today many of us will say, I'm working on so-and-so one plant, and you are working for the whole life, or you are working for that. But it was not the case with her, that you can see there. And then she published so many papers also. And then also during that time, she has worked on rhododendrons. So that's why she was very versatile, you can say. Not sticking to one, but she was trying to do so many things at a time also. You can see that, how she worked. So there she also not only working on chromosome or cytology alone, whatever she worked on, she made herbarium specimen meticulously and kept it. That means she was very good in record keeping. She was maintaining all what she was doing. Because even hybrid, when you produce a hybrid, you must know the mother plant or the parent plant. The record must be there, otherwise it will be confusing, it will not be okay. So that is why you need to do it. Even today, when we are working on any hybrid or to develop variety, you must know the parent plant and the source, everything. That is why that is very important in that. So you see, the rhododendron, she worked on that during her stay in that Royal Horticulture Society garden at Wesley, and the rhododendron, this which she has helped develop. The rhododendron Yakushi Manam, this was voted as the top 100 rhododendrons in 2016. That means even today, what she has produced was very outstanding and popular now also here. Then also, today, many of the cultivar or types, like the specimen kept in the record are referred like type specimen for botany. Now, those who are working on taxonomy, we kept the new species, whatever we discover, we make type specimen and kept in the herbarium. Like that, what she has done for the cultivars, also they have kept, and everybody refer today also like her work. You can see here, this is a Magnolia cobus. This is the one which she has developed in Royal Horticulture Society's garden at Wesley. And this is today, also is very popular. And if you go in March, April, this will be flowering and people can see that. Of course, this is how she makes a specimen. You see, her herbarium specimen, even today, are so nice. After so many years, it is almost reaching 100 years or 70 years, but still they look so good. That means she has done very methodologically and very. And here you can see, when she was at Wesley in the Royal Horticulture Garden in 1947, you can see all are men, and she is the only lady. You can see that how that means coming from a coming from a country which is not considered as a developed country those days, and working among the white people. You can see how difficult it would have been also, and how, that means how good she must be. Otherwise, there won't be a place for her. She is not a white lady also, but then you see, that is what you can see that. People respect her for her knowledge. And here, you see, what happened was that, see, Botanical Survey of India was established in 1890. Before that, East India Company was running. But by 1890, the terminology was coined as Botanical Survey of India. But then it was that George King became, under this George King, he felt that there should be a survey organization. And that is how he has reorganized, and that came like that. And this was there till 1939. Botanical Survey of India, under the British rule, it was functioning. But then due to Second World War, from 1939 onward up to 50s, here it became like non-functional. Or it was not active anymore because the Britishers most of them have left, and then our Indian workers who were there, they were not having the full power or they were not that active. So what happened was that in 1951, this Janaki Ammal was going to England, and then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was also in the same flight. And then he asked her, "What are you doing, madam?" Then she said, "I'm working in this, and in this Wesley Royal Horticulture Society garden as a cytologist." Then the Prime Minister, he was so impressed, and he said, "Why don't you come back to India and reorganize Botanical Survey of India?" That is how she returned back in 1952. And she was appointed by Prime Minister as officer on special duty. Then her task was to reorganize. You see, the earlier Botanical Survey of India was the British. Now, after independence, what is suitable for us, what is the best for us, he asked her to reorganize and prepare a DPR, or the framework, how it should be functioned, and so. That is how she came, she was given the task. Then, of course, the people who are botanists or the scientists who are working already there from before she came, they were all there. So with them, they start working, and the first thing what this Janaki Ammal thought was, you see, during the British time, there was 4 circle or centers, like Madras, the western Pune, then Allahabad, then Calcutta, and like that. So, but then she found that that is not sufficient. And those days, there was not a director who looked after all. Every center was having their own director. And there was no coordination like, oh, there was not, they don't report to another superior or as such. So then she said, no, there should be one head. Then the other regional centers should report to him or to her. That is what it was framed like that. So, and then also this, the flora was not just only to document the flora, but we must document all the economic utility or resources from this plant, not only documenting. That's why she took so much interest in ethnobotany, and that is how the work started also. You can see this is the file record of the report submitted to the Government of India after the document they prepared for the reorganization of the department. You can see here, she thought that the original concept of what the British have make that survey department. This is well and it is very good. But on top of this, we need to do it more because the British objective was different, our objective is different could be. Because during the British time, what they did was, they were just plundering. They were just collecting all the things and taking away to London, Europe, UK for their economic work. But now, it is not the case. We have to do for our own country. So that is what they think, that is the difference. That is what you can see that the organization, how it should be set up, director, joint director, or this director general, that is what, all those kind of things she suggested. But it did not fulfill in that way, in that thing. So this is what she proposed to establish in the organization, in the new organization, Director General, Joint Director General, then Administrative Officer, and this was the thing. But today, we have Director only, not Director General. Then the rest are all these officers in charge of the regional head. Then also, we have now 11 regional centers, not this, earlier this was only 4 like that, but then now we are having 11, and we are also trying to set up some more, but then due to not getting manpower, that's why we are not able to do that. So this is the setup which she has made like that. Then of course, those are the team. Actually, Botanical Survey of India has one liaison officer in queue. We post one person for 2 years. And that also, it was her brainchild. She said that we need to learn a lot from the British because they have done all the work. So we should send our botanists to work there. That is what this continue like that. BSI used to do that. At present, we have not done, but that is like that. So this, I think I will not go in detail. So this is what you see. Of course, this is the structure of what was proposed, and today we also have like that. So this, I don't need, I think you don't need to go. And these are some of the people. You see, one of the very unfortunate was that after the reorganization, the proposal was submitted to the government. It was accepted, but Janaki Ammal was not given the director of the department. She was given as, but some other person like Sen Gupta was appointed as the chief botanist. Then what I came to know was that Madam Janaki Ammal felt so bad. It also, her ego was hurt also. Because she was brought, but then looking at I think politics must have played because it's Bengal and that Sengupta is from Bengal. And that is what could be the reason, that's why. So she was moved, uh, she didn't get that, so, but then she was given the director of central, this laboratory, botanical laboratory. And, but that is, of course, she was very much interested in phytochemistry and this medicinal plant, all the things. But she was given to that, not the main director as the thing for the thing. So that's why it is, I mean, like that. So then she does the central that botanical laboratory, and from here, the interesting part is that the laboratory was not set up in Calcutta. So it went to this Allahabad, from there, Allahabad. I mean, first to Lucknow in December 1954. So Janaki Ammal went to Lucknow. Then from there again, they shifted in 1957 to Allahabad because there the land was not sufficient for experimental and all those things. So it was like that. Then where they was, I mean here they were given 7 acres of land. Then again, after 5 years in Allahabad, in 1962, it was shifted back to Calcutta. You see, you can see that, how it was going on like that. Then today again, in 1975, it was, the CBL is shifted to, again to Howrah, like that. So you can see that. So this is one of the microscope used by Janaki Ammal, and this is very interesting. This was purchased in 1957 for cytology work. You can see this is very interesting, and that was purchased for 6,744 rupees. That means it must be very, those days it must be very costly. 6,744 me, but this must be equivalent of the electron microscope what we have today, because this is the best microscope for cytological studies during those days must be. And we have kept this thing in the museum, and it is there you can see if you come to very interesting microscope. And of course, this is some of the make by her, I'm just showing. And then, because of her contribution, Botanical Survey of India also has make a rosarium and dedicated to her in 2019. There was a World Rose Convention in Calcutta. So they have requested me that time, why don't you make a garden in honor of this Janaki Ammal? So I came forward immediately, and then we make this thing. And 2 retired persons, that is Virugiri, they are from Uti. And then what happened is that he was an IS officer, but then he was very fond of plant. So after working for about 20 years as an IS officer, he left the job and he went and started plant breeding. And he has made a lot of plant hybrid. And he was the one who has developed this rose, one Janaki Ammal hybrid rose, and it was dedicated to her for that. This is the rose made by Virugiri, and this thing, they have developed like that. This is planted there. And then also, BSI has a hibiscus garden, and our scientists, our staff have hybridized one new variety, and this variety is called Janaki Ammal. So we have, to honor her, we have given like that. Then also, our artists over there, we have a good artist, so they have done, of course, our portrait. This is like one of the things. Then this is, of course, we have a hall in ISM dedicated to her work. This is exhibited. Then these are some of the work it is put up there, brochure and like that. Then, okay, this is about a short write-up. So in ethnobotany, as I said, she was very much interested in utilizing the resources of our country for the economic benefit of the people, not just simply recording. She say, we're a poor country. We cannot only just do research, but our research should benefit the people. That is what her motive or her philosophy was like that. So that is, that's why she, I think I will not go in detail. So, and again in this, she was also very much an activist or conservationist. She felt that we should not destroy our forests or our resources because she can foresee the importance of this both in terms of economy, in terms of climate change, or in terms of this, what is going to happen in future for our younger generation. That is why she advocate conservation and then all like this. Even in botanic gardens, she want that people should cultivate medicinal plant or economic plant, also collect wild edible fruits and all plants and start cultivating all those things. And then also like deforestation, she was against those kind against that. And you can see that she went to Shillong, that is in Meghalaya, to look for magnolia graffiti. And when she found that the only tree which was there was burned down and burned and cut and burned, she felt so bad and she has expressed her unhappiness in that. You can see that like that. Then also, of course, you are from Kerala, you know the Silent Valley. In the Silent Valley, when the Idukki or this hydro project came out, she was one of the men that advocate or one of the man lady who was opposed to that Silent Valley project. And as a result of it, it was able to save and it was able to stop. And this is, you can see that in 1970, that project which about this Silent Valley National Park, this thing. That is how you can see her contribution, you can see that. And then also, of course, I have said, she set up today the Jammu, that CSR lab in Jammu, which also she was the pioneer who set up in that laboratory. What happened was that after 1959, she retired from BSI, but then she got employed in CSR in that, and she went to Jammu and she worked there for some time. Then after that, after retirement, of course, she returned back to the south and see that, you can see that, this thing. She has, after this Jammu, she worked in Baba Atomic Research Center in Bombay for some time again. Then again, after that, she moved to this Madras. In 1970, she became emeritus scientist at the Center for Advanced Study in Botany in Madras, University of Madras. Then she continued to work on medicinal plant and ethnobotany that time. And then you can see that she has published so many papers, and some of the papers you can see really good papers. And then she worked in that Center for Advanced Studies in Madras, that till, I mean, she was there for quite some time. Then here she developed the botany, medicinal garden, and also worked on cytology and this ethnobotany till she died. So that is why you can see here, she passed away at the age of 87 on February 4, like that you can see here. And she was really devoted to her studies and research till the end of her life. And she led a very simple life. So the Gandhian lifestyle, she was there like that. That is what you can see. And then, of course, she was fellow of this Linnean Society, Geological Society of India, England, Royal Geographical Society, Genetical Society of America. All this you can see how much fellow, how many societies fellow. You People, to become a fellow is not that simple. It's you have to be outstanding. Then only. So that is what you see. They must have given her fellow, not, I don't think she has applied for fellow. That is what you can see here. Now some of our publications, I think this is not very clear. You can't see maybe. Let us not go for that. I just say. But now you can see one thing which I would like to say is that you see, if you read by Gopi Krishna and Vandana Kumar in 2000, they have published in 2000 in Karen magazine, here you can see that in an age when most women didn't make it past high school, would it be possible for Indian women to obtain a PhD at one of America's finest public universities and also make seminal contribution to her field? From this, you can see the impact, how good she must be. You can see that. You can see that. Then, of course, like the way the Indian Academy of Science, of course, I think I have already mentioned that. I should not go for that. Then also, she was the first women scientist elected to any of the science academies in India during that time. Of course, now so many there, but then also, you see the Mexican University also conferred an honorary LLD on her in 1956. Then, of course, that is from Birbal Sahini, medal was given in 1961. And then she was given Padma Shri in 1977, like that. So that is, of course, she got all this award. Then also, in recognition of her contribution, the government of India, our Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, also instituted an award in honor of her, and that is for excellence in taxonomy. We have 3 awards now in that we gave for botany, zoology, and microorganism. And that award is 5 lakh each for the award. But recently, only last year, the government of India has done away all the awards in the ministry. Only 1 or 2 is kept. So this also has become fellow. No, Janaki Ammal fellow. So we have not started it. They have converted into fellow. Then, of course, the DST, Department of Science and Technology, also they recognize her contribution, and they have instituted this Women Bioscientist Award. So this is given, this also was instituted in 1999. Then again, in 2018, see, people still remember her contribution, and so they, like John Innes Center in Norfolk, UK, has announced scholarship for postgraduate students from developing countries in honor of her from 2018. So there's Janaki Ammal postgraduate students scholarship also is there institute. So that you can see from that how popular or how well known she was. Maybe, I do not know, before you came here, how many of you know about Janaki Ammal among the audience, especially the students or others? Maybe you are not aware, but she was a great woman, great scientist, but that is what, unfortunately, many of us do not know about her. So, and then, of course, this is what the animal from our ministry. And 2022, Professor M. Sabu from Calicut University was given in taxonomy of botany. Then, of course, the other animal was given to that time from, yeah, we have this like that. Then, of course, this is, I have already said that. That also, in honor of her, people have named plants and animals in her honor, name, like this. These are some of the things which are given name after her. The plant Janakia Araya Patra, This is one species. Then, I mean, genus, then again Sonerella, then this one lizard also was like that. So not only this, there are so many, but I just gave you some example only like that. So she says, what she said was, my work is what will survive. And this is very much true. She has gone, but still people remember her work. And that is what she said, that was her philosophy of life. She said, whatever she does, she will try to do her best. And that is what, that will remain. People will remember her for her contribution. And that is what, this is what you see that. Of course, these are the things which I think let us not go all detail. We don't have time. And then, of course, recently, people have published books like this one. You can see here, women scientists in India. Some of the top women scientists in India you can see put here, and she is also there in this book. This is a very short bibliography type is there. Then chromosome women, nomad scientists, this also was published in 22. Then again, another is E.K. Janaki Ammal, Life and Scientific Contribution. This is this also is there. You can see that, we can buy and read. And then you can see heroines of horticulture. If you go to Chelsea Flower Show, even in 2023, you see there her picture is they have put up. That shows how popular or how much contribution she has made to horticulture. So people still remember, and they have put, she is one of the heroine, not in UK, but in the world. So they have put her picture here also, you can see her, she is there. So that is what really, it's amazing. Thank you, I think I have taken so much time, I think that is what I think.
So thank you, Dr. A. Mao, Director, Botanical Survey of India, Kolkata, for giving a good lecture on the life of Padma Shri late E.K. Janaki Ammal, giving a deep insight into the works and achievement and also the contributions made to the field of botany and cytology. To propose the word of thanks, may I call upon Dr. Trishya T.K., Principal Scientist, KSC ST CWRTO. Before that, we have, as a token of our love and appreciation, the organizing committee would like to present Dr. A. Mao with a memento. And to hand over the memento, may I call upon Dr. Sabu Thomas, Director, Center for... Sorry, it's Professor K.P. Sudhir. I beg your pardon, Professor K.P. Sudhir. And now may I welcome Dr. A. Mao to kindly accept the memento as a token of gratitude from the organizing committee. Thank you, sirs. Now may I call upon Dr. Trishya T.K., Principal Scientist, KSCST CWRGM, to propose the word of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Distinguished personalities presented here, my dear colleagues and delegates. I am honored to stand before you to extend my gratitude to Professor A. Mao, Director, Botanical Survey of India, for delivering E.K. Janaki Ammal Memorial Lecture. Professor A. Mao has given a very good portrait of E.K. Janaki Ammal. As Dr. A. Mao mentioned, many of us don't know this much details about Dr. Janaki Ammal. So this is a very good motivation to all the researchers, especially female researchers. On behalf of the organizers, I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. A. Mao for gracing us with the E.K. Janaki Ammal Memorial Lecture. I thank Dr. Sabu Thomas, Director, Center of Excellence in my... So, On behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere thanks to Dr. A. Mao for gracing us with the E.K. Janaki Ammal Memorial Lecture. Thank you, sir. I thank Dr. Sabu Thomas, Director, Center of Excellence in Microbiome, KCST, for the welcome and introducing the speaker. I extend my thanks to everyone from KCST, CWRDM and Kasargode Government College who played a role in coordinating the memorial lecture. Last but not the least, I thank all the delegates attending the memorial lecture. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So with this, we come to the end of this morning session in this MS Swaminathan Hall. Now we have the technical sessions going on in the corresponding halls. The delegates, you are asked to move to the assigned halls. We have technical sessions in the Chandragiri Hall, Karingon Hall, Kaviyai Hall, Mogral Hall, Nileswaram Hall, Shriya Hall, Upla Hall, Bekal Hall, Kumbla Hall, Manjeshwara Hall. So all the delegates, you are asked to move on to the designated halls. Thank you. And we'll be meeting once again at MS Swaminathan Hall for the SICE Hall at 14:30 hours here.